Seemed like you had a pretty solid first half. What was going right? Well, good game altogether, but a lot in the first half. What was going right for you?
What was the question?
What was going right for you today?
Good game. What was going right for you in the first half?
Sorry, I can't hear. Really, it's just I was seeing the open looks. I mean, me and Coach did watch film yesterday, so that helped. So seeing those open looks, not as it's happening, but beforehand. So definitely seeing that and getting a sneak peek of it definitely helped. But then after that, the three wasn't following, but the pull-up jumper was. So just building off that.
Staying with you first, and then I'll go to Bailey. But what adjustments did you guys make after that first quarter? Obviously, kind of a slow start, or at least a fast start for New Orleans. What did you guys do defensively to kind of slow them down?
Made some more adjustments in our press, and then everything else was a lot of intensity, and that coming off of that press, those press adjustments kind of shifted everything in the half court.
Bailey?
Yeah, like what Jalen said, but then also one of our keys was to play our pace and to not let them speed us up and just get into a track meet with them. And I feel like after the first quarter, we kind of settled in more. We made some adjustments, and it was uphill from there.
Bailey, you came out big throughout the game, but more specifically at the end, as the team was trying to close it out. Can you just talk about your mindset and how it allowed you to lead towards the end?
At the end of the day, whoever is open is going to take the shots on this team. Whoever is on that night, it needs to be the person shooting, and it just happened to be me today. So without my teammates putting me in those positions, I wouldn't be able to have been able to score those. But towards the end of the game, it was just a matter of getting stops and getting scores on the other end, however that happens.
Bailey, how do you think you guys are playing after this homestand as you prepare to take
nobody can complain about 6-0, but I think that there's definitely some things that we need to improve on.
What are some of the things that you would like to improve on?
Personally, making more shots, being more consistent, and not turning the basketball over as much.
And for you, Jalen, after 6 games as a Lady Raider, what have you liked, and what do you think you need to work on as you guys get set to hit the road?
I would sort of say the same thing, putting shots in, especially at the three-point line, and then continue to find open looks and continue running the floor. Thank you.
Hey, Coach, congrats on completing the homestand, 6-0, undefeated. Just what about today stood out compared to previous games?
We knew going into it that New Orleans was going to play really fast, and they try to make the game pretty ugly because they are so quick and they're little, and so they really try to get a lot of shots up. I thought it took us a little while in the first quarter to figure out, obviously, the speed of the game, and we knew it was going to be that way, but I thought that we made the right adjustments, and I thought that our kids responded well and kind of closed out the first quarter and able to take the lead back and kind of get their scoring under control. And then our second quarter was much better. So I felt like we adjusted pretty well for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter we kind of allowed them to continue to get paint touches and score in the paint. And then we just weren't knocking down shots, and we've got to knock down shots better. I mean, I keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it because I really believe in these girls, but we can shoot the basketball, and we're just not shooting it at a high clip just yet. But I thought that Jalen obviously helped us just getting some paint touches and nice, especially against the zone early in the first half. And then I thought that Bailey obviously got some to go down that helped us as well and just gave us a little bit of a spark. So just like that we found a way to win. I don't want to take anything away from New Orleans because they played super, super hard, but we definitely have to play better and just find a way to put opponents away.
Can you just talk about how scoring 31 points off of 26 turnovers was crucial today to stay in front?
For sure, yeah. We needed to create some easy buckets because we weren't knocking it down from the outside very well. So our press certainly leads to our offense a lot, and it allows us to kind of extend the lead a little bit, but also to just get some confidence and to get some rhythm going. So anytime that we can turn people over and score some easy basket leads to easy offense, that's certainly going to help us.
and just having 3 double-digit scores today, does that say anything about the ability to just spread the ball out and get players more involved?
For sure, yeah, for sure. We definitely know that we have people that can score it score it really well. And I didn't think that some people shot the ball really well and other people stepped up. But I think this team should probably always have at least 3 people in double digits, if not 4 or 5, because I just think that we can shoot it that well, and I think we've got capable scorers.
Coach, you've said it a couple times, wanting Bailey and Jazz to get going early on, and clearly that wasn't the case with Bailey in this one. I guess, is it better late than never for some of them, though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of have to let them play through it a little bit. But what's hard about this year of letting them play through it to try to get warmed up and get going is that we've got kids on the bench that can come in and do the same thing, right? So how many times do you let them miss or turn it over or whatever that looks like? I still strongly believe in them, and I know that they can both score at a really high rate. And they're going to have rough nights. Sometimes they're going to have rough nights, and it was really good that Jalen stepped up tonight. But I think they'll continue to play. I mean, I think you've seen them in big moments stepping up, and I think that's really important. Washington State, they both stepped up in a big way. That was a really intense game coming down to the wire. I thought tonight Bailey really stepped up late and finished the game out for us. So we've played a lot of games here back to back to back, and we're about to go play 3 in a row, but I also think our kids, it'll probably be good for us to get away from home and play on the road a little bit, and where we just have to be all together. When it's just us on that sideline, I think that's really going to help us.
What was the message after the game? Because it seemed like it was yeah.
It was just I was frustrated. I was frustrated with them because I want to be able to extend leads. I want us to have some wins that our kids are feeling really confident and feeling good about the way they're playing. I want everybody to get minutes to play. And I think there's games that you have that if you can do what you're supposed to do, you can lengthen your lead and just really work on some things. And I didn't think that our girls took advantage of that. I think it's one thing to not shoot the ball well, but it's another to give up 70 points when defense has been our thing. Defense has really been our thing, and we just didn't guard tonight and couldn't get them slowed down early. Then when we did, we lost that intensity in the second half, and so that was just frustrating for me.
You talked about, sorry, I'm asking a lot of next week questions. Don't know if we're going to talk to you. What do you get out of the 3 games in 3 days of the benefit of that?
I do think 3 games in 3 days is difficult. I think it's a really difficult thing, especially early in the season. I like our depth to be able to do that and to be successful doing that. But it also helps you prepare for the conference tournament, for possibly the NCAA tournament. But you're in the conference tournament, you're going to play back-to-back games like that as well. And so it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have some distractions because you're in the Virgin Islands. So that in itself is one thing. Secondly, we're playing really tough opponents. And so the scout and the preparation is going to have to be really on point, and our maturity level is going to have to be really good, and our mindset's going to have to be really good. But I'm excited about them having that opportunity. And it's a really, really good tournament to play in, and you'll get lots of exposure playing in it as well. So we have an opportunity in front of us to do some good things.
There'll be a better chance for, I guess, you and the coaching staff to see how good the depth is for this team as well.
For sure, yes. Because obviously we're going to have to go pretty deep in our bench to play 3 games in 3 days, and especially the caliber of opponents that we're playing. So I think it's going to be really good to see just how deep we can go and still be successful.
Last thing for me, I guess, what are your thoughts after this homestand and how you guys have been playing?
Yeah, I'm super proud to be 6-0. I mean, no one's going to complain about winning basketball games and being undefeated on your home court, and that was their goal to begin with. Our girls wanted to protect their home court, so they've definitely done that. I don't think we're playing our best basketball by any means. I think we're still trying to find a lot of chemistry amongst ourselves on the court, and I think that our kids have to just continue to buy in to wanting to really hold their opponents to a low scoring outage, and then also executing well. We took care of the basketball fairly well tonight. 14 turnovers is still too many, but at least we weren't coughing it up 27 times, but we're not getting payoff off of that. So you're going to have games that you don't shoot it well, but I still think that we have the caliber of players that we should still be able to execute and get easy buckets or get to the free throw line and score. So I'm not satisfied by any means. I'm not pleased by any means, but I also am not going to complain about being 6-0. So.